Hey VC, how's it going? I hope you're well. It's been a couple of weeks since my last video. I've got a handful of records which I've bought over the last month, 6 weeks, which I've been making my way through, so I thought I'd show you what I've got. Right, starting off, this is, many of you will be aware of Trunk Records, Johnny Trunk. The label puts out a lot of quirky soundtracks or library music. A lot of obscure releases have come out, been reissued on Trunk Records. This is slightly different. This is music actually composed by Johnny Trunk. And as you can see, the idea is that you listen to the music whilst reading the Jules Verne novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So basically, you've got the album, which is on blue vinyl, and then you've got a lovely gatefold sleeve which contains, I shan't get it all out, but you can see there's a 120-page book inside the gatefold, which is obviously the novel itself. So the idea is that you sit and read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea whilst listening to the accompanying score, which is lovely. I'd recommend it. I mean, certainly as record collectors, as we all are, this is a lovely item. It's just a lovely thing to have. So yeah, I'd recommend it. Right. Okay. A couple of the little interesting things. This is an EP. Basically, I think this is a new label, Stylotoad. I think it's a new label anyway. It's not something I've come across before. This came out a couple of months ago. This is an EP containing part of the score to the film Twisted Nerve. The score was composed by Bernard Herrmann. I'll be honest, I was only familiar with the score to this film via Kill Bill, the Tarantino film. Tarantino used part of the score in Kill Bill, but I hadn't heard the actual score itself. It's a lovely item. I say it's an EP, and basically this came out a couple of weeks before the full score was released on LP. The LP is about 30 quid, so I chose to go for the EPs, which is obviously only part of the score, but still a nice, quirky little item. And following that, they put out another EP, which is Bernard Herrmann's score to Marnie, which is again 4 tracks, only part of the score. I wasn't overly familiar with the Twisted Nerve score, but I really like Marnie. It's one of my favourite Hitchcock films, to be honest, so I know this score very well. But yeah, I really like these. I hope they put more out like this. I mean, I like the idea of them putting out an EP in advance of the full score. Just a quirky little thing, isn't it? So yeah, cool. Right. Okay, this is the new Maybe Staples album. It's come out at the same time as there's a documentary that's just come out. I think it's played at the cinema over the last couple of months. I think it came out at the beginning of the year. It's actually showed on TV here last week, so I sat and watched that. Lovely documentary just about, sort of a quick run through what's stop tour of her life, basically, of her career. But with loads of great clips of her on stage throughout her career. She's got a wonderful voice. I mean, she's certainly one of my favourite vocalists, and she's certainly my favourite female vocalist. This album isn't necessarily her best. It's a good listen. It's an enjoyable listen. I've been playing it quite a bit over the last week. She released 2 albums, actually 2 solo albums, which were produced and partially written by Jeff Tweedy out of Wilco, which are really good. I know she won a Grammy, I think, for You're Not Alone, the first album she did with Jeff Tweedy. This isn't a Tweedy production. This has been partially written and produced by M. Ward, She and Him. But yeah, it's a nice record. So not as good as the previous 2, but yeah, if you like Maybe Staples, you know what you're getting. Right, what's that? That's stopped. Right, sorry, that's feeding back. Right, okay. This is an album that came out, I think 2007, 2008. This is a reissue on Bella Union, I think came out 2 or 3 years ago. This is an album by the Czars. Sorry I Made You Cry. This is a covers album. I've had this on CD since it came out, but I was pleased to pick this up on vinyl. I've shown a couple of times previously solo releases by John Grant. John Grant was the vocalist in the Czars prior to them splitting up. He's just got that gorgeous voice. I can listen to him sing the phone book. It's, you know, just a wonderful voice, and he does a great job of some of these songs. There's a cover of Angel Eyes by ABBA. What else is on here? Leaving on Your Mind by Patsy Cline. Black is the Colour of My True Love's Hair by Nina Simone. Yeah, a really nice record. Glad to find it on vinyl. I say if you do see that, even if you see it on CD, you know, or check it out online. It's a really nice listen. Right, okay. Now, a friend of mine, I mentioned before, a friend of mine's got a record shop. He's got his own label. He's been putting out bits and bobs here and there. This is his latest release. Now, this album actually came out. I think 2006 it originally came out, didn't really do anything. It's by a guy called Richard Riley, Not If But When. I think you'll agree that's a great cover photo. And basically, my friend, he came across a copy of this record, really enjoyed it. So he got in touch with Richard Riley and has put out a re-release of it, a reissue on vinyl, limited to 125 copies. Now this is number 2, which you can see. It's a really nice album, just good guitar-based pop music basically. I think it's 10 tracks, just really well written songs. I was incredibly impressed by this. My wife really enjoyed this as well. We've been playing this quite a bit. Another great image on the back there. Yeah, I know that it's been sold on Bandcamp. So yeah, check it out if you can. Go on Bandcamp and give it a listen. I say it's quite limited, 125 copies. But yeah, I'd recommend you give it a spin. Right, just a few more. Right, this is a new album from the Petra Boys, Super. Now this may not be everybody's cup of tea. I don't know. I think that the Petra Boys are a really undervalued band. Bands like the Smiths and New Order in particular, I would put them in the same sort of bracket, to be perfectly honest. Very English, very British, interesting lyrics, a very definite idea of the way that they wish to portray themselves with the artwork and the whole look. You get the feel with each of those bands that the artwork is just as important as the music contained within. I was thinking actually, I listened to their album Behaviour, which came out I think 1990. That I was probably 14 or 15 when that record came out. Prior to that time, I'd been listening to just a lot of guitar-based indie music, classic rock, that sort of stuff. So it was really the first album, certainly the first artist that I got into which weren't guitar-based. And I'm not saying you know, they're particularly soulful or anything like that, but I think that was a bit of a gateway for me to get into other music, something soul and funk, which, you know, doesn't rely on a guitarist or anything like that. So I put part of that into the Petra Boys. I mean, basically they make great pop music, great pop dance music, I suppose it is. Excuse me, but yeah, this record's good. It's not their best, but it's an enjoyable listen start to finish. A bit more dance orientated than some of its predecessors, but yeah, a good listen. I think they don't get the credit they deserve because they are an electronic pop band. If they had a guitarist in there, I'm sure that people would be singing the praises a lot more. You know, I don't really see much of a difference between them and New Order. I mean, I know there's a direct link, as I say, between Petra Boys and New Order and the Smiths, you know, through electronic. Obviously, Neil Tennant worked with both Bernard Sumner and Johnny Marr in electronic. But yeah, if they had a guitarist in this band, I'm pretty sure that everybody would love them just as much as we do the Smiths and and New Order to get the kudos that those bands do, but for me the Petra Boys are just as good. I think about the, you know, that sort of period in the late 80s, early 90s where you got this dreaded age of the 12-inch single. Along with New Order and probably Depeche Mode, I think that Petra Boys were one of the few bands that did something interesting with that whole like 12-inch mix type thing, you know. It felt like every release had a lot of care went into them. I say along with the artwork, but as well as the remixes, they always seem to be doing something different, which kept it interesting, I suppose, for them as well as the listener, you know. So, but yeah, if you're going to check out one of their records, check out Behaviour. It's one of my favourite albums. And if you only listen to one song off that record, is check out the video to Being Boring on YouTube. Just a wonderful song. Right. Okay, and finally, a couple of Italian library records. I know that Tim showed these a couple of weeks ago in his video. I picked this one up a little while ago, a couple of weeks ago, and I've really enjoyed this from this run of reissues. I know Tim was saying I think there's been 18 or so now. I picked up a handful of them. I've got 5 or 6 of them so far. I've been cherry picking really the ones that have interested me. This is great. I think this is the best of the series that I've heard so far. I bought this one following seeing Tim's video, his recommendation on that, and this came a week or so ago, and I thoroughly enjoyed this as well. This is a little bit more proggy. This is more funky. But yeah, both are worth a listen. Right, that's it. Cheers. See you all soon.